They don't know if it's directly related, but...
Well, it's more to do with the fact that they don't eat sugar.
That could be.
It's a lot.
Probably.
Sugar is what fucks us up, I think.
So, all other things aside, if someone ate spicy stuff and someone didn't eat spicy stuff, you don't think there'd be much of a difference?
If the sugar... Well...
All other things equal.
Yes, I do think there are benefits to those terpenes and those... There's nutrients and there's things in those spices that you do need. So yes, I do think that they are. But do you need them to be super hot? No.
See, what I think, my theory is that when you eat something, you like your nose starts running, your eyes start watering, you start like hacking up shit. I think your body like purges out all the nasty shit. That's why you're hacking up stuff when you eat something really spicy and your nose starts running. So, I don't know if that's true or not, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do it every day.
I don't either.
All I know is I ate super spicy stuff one time.
Oh, yeah, that was enough for you?
Oh, my God. My friend, I thought he was my friend, had a barbecue at his house. Mm-hmm. And, he said, I had hamburgers and steaks and all this.
Oh, man.
And he made a sauce, right? He didn't tell me it was super hot.
Oh, he didn't tell you? I'm
telling him this hamburger.
Not cool.
I'm tearing this hamburger up, man. And all of a sudden...
Oh, it was that creeper kind of spice, huh? That's the worst.
And I started coughing. And I couldn't stop coughing.
Damn. So it was real hot.
Every time I coughed, it got hotter.
Oh, boy.
It went to my nose, then it went to my eyes, and it went to my ears.
I'm telling you, it's not a joke.
Listen, I couldn't taste food for 3 days after that.
Damn, what kind of spice is he using in this thing?
It was unbelievable, man. I'm telling you right now, I ate that hamburger about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and at about 1 o'clock at night, my mouth was still fizzing.
What? Damn, I wonder what he must have... I mean, that's like the hottest sauce you could get. You would have put some Dave's Insanity. That's the old school one.
And like I said, stuff didn't taste right for about 2 or 3 days.
That's not normal. That's like...
It actually doesn't affect your fucking taste buds. That's the thing. It's
a receptor.
It's a receptor that thinks it's on fire, but the reality is not.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, it goes to your whole body, so when you shit that stuff out the next day, you're feeling that.
I didn't know that didn't happen.
Really?
No. That didn't happen.
You got lucky, man.
That's why I try to be...
that didn't happen to me.
You got lucky, man, especially considering how hot it was.
Oh,
damn. The next day is the worst.
It was so hot that every time I go someplace, people up, I say, is that mild? I ask them, I don't ever want to go through that again.
Oh, that's like when someone eats 500 milligrams of edible the first time they've ever tried it, and then it's like, I trip balls for a day. I'll never do that shit again, man.
That's what this one dude was saying. He's like, who was it? It was Tay. Was talking about, it was like every time he got high, Taymor.
Oh, yeah.
He said every time he got high on edibles, it was just too much. It was accidentally too much, and he just was fucking... well, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're a real glutton for punishment, you have to do that 3 or 4 or 5 times to find out what your range is.
Tolerance,
because if you eat too much...
Right.
I eat too much.
That's the thing, you overdid it.
And, I mean, I had an experience that was out of this world.
You probably hallucinated from it, man. Like, he could
he gave me what I call the vibrate.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything was strobing.
That's fucking...
that happens, man.
That's mushrooms for me.
And I was trying to drive. I wanted to get home so bad.
So, was anybody else at this event eating this shit too?
No, I was trimming for a dispensary in Hamtramck. Okay. And the guy was making Toll House cookies.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten one before. So he's in the kitchen just like we are already. And I'm on the table trimming plants, and he's right there cooking the cookies. Mm-hmm. He says, "You want a cookie?" I said, "Yeah." So he gave me a regular Toll House cookie without anything on there. I ate it. It was good. I was like, ooh, that was good.
Yeah?
It was warm.
Nice.
He says, here, you want one of these? And I didn't understand what he meant. I thought he meant, do I want another cookie?
Sure.
But it had the stuff in it. And I chowed down on it. And I was tripping. All of a sudden, my hands started going. I couldn't trim.
Okay.
That's a deadhead.
The deadhead?
Daughter, yeah.
Oh, that smells so good, doesn't it?
Damn. My God.
That really
They
smells.
didn't really like the bud structure, though.
How long has that been sitting in the jar?
Not that long.
smells
It
good.
smells awesome.
It does.
I mean, it really like you can tell it's different than the Deadhead, but it's still picked up like
You know what?
the.
You know what? Cut says.
What's that?
He goes, it's like if you take Deadhead and you cross it with Zane's weed.
I mean, it's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what he says. Like it's exactly what you think it would be if you crossed them.
Is there a way we could?
Damn, that smells good.
You know what,
dude? That's awesome.
How can
That's
we
a
make
keeper right
How can we make a cologne out of the smell? How can we make a cologne?
Yeah, essence of dank. I've always thought about
Men
that.
would buy this.
Oh, hell
Men would
yeah.
buy this.
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Oh God.
Usually, the opposite people don't want to smell like weed, but I bet you in the future they'll be
This
like,
right
"Oh
here,
yeah, this smells so good."
This smells good.
Right? So, like,
The bud structure is not very good.
you don't think so?
No.
I mean, what is that like? Uh-oh. Oh, you little troublemaker, you.
I didn't even think about it. I'm like,
Then there's a roof.
sorry.
Hazy, little hazy, yeah. Oh,
It's just part of the show. It's funny because it's not delayed on here.
Right.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. It's not delayed on here, but it's delayed on the actual.
Oh, right. Yes, I see you, sweetheart. Yes, you are.
Delay, what do you mean? Like,
There's a
when
delay.
you upload,
Like right now,
upload
I'm
it?
just watching myself pick it up.
You just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, good.
And the
You wanna
delay-
climb up, don't you?
Hey,
Huh?
no, you can come over
You
here.
don't climb up.
We're not climbing up.
No
people's
climbing,
grass.
no climbing. Come over here. Aw, how adorable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that smell. That smell.
Yeah. Wait, so you don't think that's a keeper?
Bud structure, no, because I have plenty of them that smell like that.
Okay, so
All the
all
time.
of them smell like that?
No. You
That's a pretty good consistency.
Yeah, they all kind of have that smell and flavor,
Okay.
which is kind of what I was looking for, but more. I was hoping for more of a skunk.
But
So, go ahead.
What?
that smells a little different. Oh, but that's right, because it's.
And they're all a little different. They're all a little different.
You're right.
But they all kind of have this general like lemony.
Thing in common.
Yeah.
Yes, like they all have that kind of lemony, not very peppery. Like
Yeah, it's like
loses
the opposite of gas almost.
Yeah, it loses
the more
the pepper.
lemony. Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost makes it more diluted in a way, right? By,
which again, people love. Don't get me wrong. And people are like,
Sure.
it's great because it brings out different flavors. It's just a matter of, I don't think the bud structure on this one is good enough to actually think
So
about
what-
because the other ones have better bud
Oh,
structures.
how many did you pop?
I've got like 6 right now.
And they all smell the same?
They all smell the same to me.
That's impressive.
Not to me, they don't.
Oh, okay, so there is a little bit of difference.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
I'm
difference.
thinking about giving it to me.
What?
Go ahead. And she'll just put it in her bed, babe.
She's like crazy right now.
And she's been sniffing on that thing since it got there.
What is it?
It's just a knee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, but they love that.
Yeah,
For sure.
Dude, that got beef lungs. It's like dried up beef lungs. It looks like a steak, but then you kind of look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely a beef lung.
Is it like a chunk of it? Or, because
It's
a
a-
cow is like huge, right?
Some of them are big and some of them are small, so they're like small chunks, big chunks. I think they're broken up pieces of beef lung, dried up.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Like it's
No
just some of it's
shit.
big pieces. Some
Nothing
of
goes
it's-
to waste. Nothing
Yeah,
goes to
there we
waste.
go. That's good. That's good.
I'm sure there was a time when beef lung was a delicacy.
There's also this
Yeah,
What is that?
pig
actual
snout.
Pig snout.
Whoa! That's huge. That's way bigger
Everything's
than I
all
was.
natural.
Well, they got big pigs, dude. They have pigs weigh
I
500,
guess that's
600
like a
pounds.
massive, like as big
Yeah,
as
they got pigs weigh
got.
500-600 pounds.
Wow,
Yeah.
man! All these things like magic dogs
Do
just
you
absolutely
want it to
love.
show all 3 of you guys?
What's that?
No,
Oh, that? Oh, I got. I mean,
No.
I don't care.
not you. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He
Because I
doesn't.
know it fell. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was how it was set up before.
No, he doesn't worry about whether. Sometimes he gets on it. Sometimes he's on the outside.
Yeah, I'm really not worried about it.
Yeah.
But,
It is what it is.
so, do you think there is some keepers out of the bunch?
I think. Well, I think there's at least one.
Okay, so what's is it? Just smaller, squatter, like
No, they're all
bigger?
tall.
I figured everyone I've had.
This one had like very small, like didn't really fill out buds. Like it looked like it was could have filled out, and then it just kind of went. Eh.
So, like, I bet you the growth pattern is similar. Because the one thing I've noticed is, like, all the Thai crosses I have, they have a similar looking growth structure. Like, the way the buds grow up the stem, which is really odd. different than the mother plants. But did you notice anything like that? That like grow different than the deadhead? There's
it's
more bottom growth almost.
I got one that looks like a deadhead bud, and all the other ones are I lollipop. So.
Yeah, right. You're.
But all the other ones have the same kind of like. Because all the TLCs, which is the La Creme cross with Thai,
okay,
all those have this very unique bud structure. Like, not unique, it's just a short, tiny little bud. They never connect.
Yeah,
So,
okay. I think that's the
Thai
same
kind of
I'm
does
talking
that
about.
too, but the deadheads do that too. But some of them do connect. And they kind of get big, but
Then they'll form like one solid
Yeah.
nug as opposed to a bunch of little separate ones
Yeah.
going up the stalk. Okay.
and then I got the one. It actually looks like just a thicker, bigger version of that.
I see. Ooh,
It's
that's
denser.
awesome.
Actually, it's denser than that. It's more
More dense.
dense in the inside. Because this is, to me, this is like more delicate. Like if you were to
Sure.
grab this, it would fall
That,
apart.
yeah,
It's more open.
it would like kind of like crisp together. Not like you have to like rip it apart.
Well, yeah. If you grabbed it and went like this, your fingers could definitely get
Go
about
in,
6 feet.
yeah.
Where with these other ones, the density is more like you grab a fresh bud, fresh top, just squeeze it, it'll go. Like it's more dense
Interesting.
than
Okay.
than the deadhead.
So
In that sense,
I
so
had
it's
noticed
better yield.
a couple strains are denser than the mother. But some of them, well, now that I think about it, I don't think any of are less dense than the mother. Maybe the Holy Grail cross with the Thai, because that's a pretty dense strain to begin with.
Well, this one wasn't very dense. See, when you look at the bud, see how that's a top, and it just kind of stayed at that circle.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It never expanded past that point.
Damn though, I mean
I know.
that smells fucking fantastic,
When you open the jar, I can smell it.
right?
I
nice,
can't smell it
dude.
at all.
Nice. You
Oh, it
can't.
smells amazing.
I mean,
Over
Yeah,
here.
right. So you can even
Yeah,
smell it,
all
right?
right. Let me rephrase that
Well, fire
because
smell.
I just got done doing. Yeah, that's definitely got a better smell. Well, it's a light, clean smell, I guess you would say.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's like light and clean.
Yeah.
And it the Thai shifts most of the strains in that direction.
Yes.
Right,
it
to a
seems-
more light, clean type of.
Even with this one, like here's the other one. That's a La Creme. That one I think is a keeper.
Definitely a keeper.
Definite,
Damn.
As far as I'm
Just
concerned,
the first
as
look
far
at
as I'm concerned, it's a keeper.
good yields and it
Yes,
smells
rock
kind
hard.
of skunky.
Nice, dude. Man, how exciting. Dude, breeding stuff is super fun.
Yeah,
Have you got any seeds from the cross?
yeah.
So how'd it go? Did like well-formed seeds from the deadhead reverse?
Yes, I've
Okay.
gotten. I put in the ground 4 18 and deadhead crosses.
Okay.
I put in the ground 2 purple punch and deadhead crosses. I just gave away Jedi and deadhead crosses to somebody, and I just
Okay.
gave away some more or some of the Biggie's cough, which is when I did cross yours with mine.
Mm-hmm.
I got 1 seed from that TS4. Remember the TS4, the really, really special sorbet 4 I had?
Oh, yeah.
That one that was crazy good.
Yes.
I got 1 seed out of that.
Did you cross with the deadhead?
No, I crossed with your Thai.
Oh,
And I've been calling it Biggie's Cough.
I see.
It's
Okay.
super unique, super floral, super girly weed. In that
Sweet.
So, but it doesn't, I don't know if I can, I don't think I have, either way I crossed it with the deadhead.
I see.
And I just gave some of those away.
So you crossed the Biggie's cough with the deadhead.
Mhm.
Ah.
I crossed that. I
see.
crossed the La Creme with the deadhead. I crossed
Okay.
Purple Punch with the deadhead.
Nice.
And so far, I've taken one branch of Biggie's Cough and one branch of the Jedi, small little branches, and I got enough seeds that I was able to give away like 30 seeds already.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So there's definitely going to be some seeds. I don't know if the 18's going to have, but probably 20 seeds total.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to get at least 30 seeds out of it, because they're not very big plants. They're only like this tall, and they were in a 1
they're
gallon.
designated for breeding purposes,
Yeah.
pretty much only. Right. Okay. So, were you able to save any of the pollen sacs that you reversed, or did it all mold out in the foil?
I fucked it up.
Okay.
I didn't pull it out. I don't know why I didn't think about it.
Yeah, as I said,
In
dude.
my head,
Thank you.
in my head, it was like, I don't know why it didn't happen. I just, like.
You think about it and say,
I opened it up and went, I should have known this, man. I am stupid. But I was so mad because I was going to cross it with Deadhead. I was going to back cross it with the original, with the Deadhead.
Can you imagine having Deadhead in a seed form? So in case some disaster happens, you lose the
18
clone.
and Deadhead are the same to me.
They're close. But they're not the same.
Right,
To
yeah,
me,
so you can tell the difference.
Growth-wise, they're exactly
very
the same.
similar, yeah.
If you literally have them sitting next to each other, and I don't have them labeled, I can't tell.
You're right, it's hard to tell the difference.
Only you and the very few people can smell it and go, yeah, that's 18.
Yeah.
That's Deadhead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're
So
that
do you
close.
have seeds? Or what you're saying is that you did cross the Deadhead and the 18 together, so that might as well be a similar thing.
This is pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
That one I think is the one where I might get something really good. Like I'm hoping I get like imitation of the actual.
That would be awesome. See, this is the exciting part. It's like, will that work? These two dank-ass strains cross together? How stable are their
Who knows,
offspring?
man?
Since
Yeah.
they're, I mean, are they
Well,
considered
they-
F1s? Are they still F1s? Because
They're
you
technically
reverse.
F1s.
They technically are, but you're using reverse pollen, so it's like. But then does that make a difference?
It's
I
still
don't know.
male. It's still two different genetics coming together, so you're still dealing with.
I mean, that's pretty much the definition of an F1, so it should have that similar F1 hybrid vigor, but
Right.
there's also the most amount of variance in that line.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's true.
So-
Because it's tough because you don't know what you're crossing.
It's
How similar they are, because it's like humans. The fact
Exactly.
me and him could have more in common genetically than me and you.
very
It's
possible.
very possible, yeah.
So what I've heard that mainly inbreeding, even in humans, like going back to the Egyptians, majority of the problems came because genetic defects would be amplified after generations
Yeah.
of inbreeding.
Yeah.
So that's where you would get the stunted pharaohs and all that stuff.
Deformed and all that.
Yeah. But I guess the logic of that means that I guess inbreeding, especially with plants, it isn't inherently bad. It's just that if it has a particular weakness,
Yeah.
that weakness will be magnified throughout multiple generations.
Yeah.
But
If you have an
If you have a-
unstable strain, the chances of you getting unstable on the outside,
without a
is
doubt,
gonna
which is
happen,
that's why I'm concerned about breeding with ice cream cake, even though it's so good.
But doesn't that open you up? Doesn't that open you up to some new stuff happening?
Well, there's yes, there's a chance you're going to get
Sure.
new shit, but at the same time, that's what I want with the La Creme. What I'm looking for with this Sorbet 4, which I'm going to start calling it Sorbet 4 because that's what it is.
That's what it is.
The Sorbet 4, when I crossed that with the Deadhead, the plan is because Deadhead has a slight skunk to it, right? Not a strong, super overpowering skunk, but a slight skunk to it. GG4 is what? All skunk. It's
All
like
skunk.
super skunky.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is that there's a what's the word I'm looking for? A dormant gene in the
Recessive
sorbet,
gene,
or
right?
recessive
gene,
in
yeah.
the Sorbet 4 and the Deadhead that somehow come together and express themselves as super skunky as fuck, like something
Right.
beyond what we have now.
See, to recessive
And that's
gene
hard to
hunt,
do.
You got to pop a lot of seeds. to
Yeah, that's
find
what,
out.
yeah.
Again, I'm not. I'm just saying this. My hope.
You're
for it.
doing your thing.
I'm hoping it'll get there, but
Yeah.
I understand that if I really want to, I need to get as many seeds as I can by the time they open up north and pop as many as I can.
Sure.
You're absolutely
So you
right.
so you do have a little bit of a deadline. I was going to say, like, it's not really urgently.
Well, it's not a deadline.
but there kind of is if you
No.
want to get them.
It's
Because,
work.
To be
It's
honest,
work.
oh yeah, if
Well,
I'm
yeah.
gonna pop a bunch of seeds, but I think I have two. I think I have two right now, plus this one. I think this one right here is the keeper, but I think I have two for sure that are of quality that that we should be run up there, which is Deadhead and this Sorbet number 4. I think Sorbet number 4 is unique enough in the orange.
They only want two different varieties.
No, I'm saying as a start.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
I got two that I know are good, and that's what I'm doing now. Is trying to find something in this batch in hopes that
You can look, yeah.
yeah. Because again, these deadheads, these Thai deadheads that we're smoking right now, there really could be some. There's 3 of them. There's 3 candidates right now that are
This is fucking
good
good.
yielders.
I like this, man.
They were heat stressed last time, and they still tested
They're still-
out good,
yeah,
and they still tasted good. People
Yeah.
were still, they were a little funny with the one's buds, but that could have been the heat stress. So
genetically, they're good.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
they're good, and so it's like I don't know how many varieties they plan on doing. I don't think you should do but 15 at the most, depending on the size.
I doubt they do 15.
You know how I feel about that.
Depending on the size.
Yeah, that's
if you're
true.
doing 50,000 plants, you got to do.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay,
think you
yeah.
should do. I think you should set it up to where Deadhead comes out at a certain point. Everything comes out at a certain point, and it's only released for that point. And once it's gone until it's released in the
Again.
next half of the
Next
year.
Marketing
cycle.
genius, of course. That's
That's
a great way to keep
it's
your
that
strains
right
in
there.
demand.
Yeah.
Well, see, the problem where they fucked up with this one is they release this normally. This is a year round, but when they have certain beers that are only released for a limited time,
Oh, yeah, they go like
that shit
crazy.
flies off the
It's gone.
shelf and it's gone.
It's gone.
But
So-
if you flood the market with that shit, it ain't gonna work. You gotta actually
There's a
have,
balance there.
It needs to
Yeah.
be good shit. It needs to be a Deadhead quality. It needs to be a 24K.
Yeah,
type
the quality
shit.
needs to be. That's
Beyond that level where,
Yeah.
you know, because we're thinking about doing. Hold on, let me answer these real quick. Kelly, if you're still here, yes, I will bring you some. Just let me know. And Mr. Troutman, I mean, I can get you some Jedi seeds if you want, man. You can do what you want with them. It's the Jedi crossed with the Deadhead, so. Oh, I knew I was going to lose my train of thought. Stupid.
Talking about up north and quality, limited release, time
Yeah,
strains.
Because you still have to have your like ones that you release on a regular basis.
That's the thing. You need
Yeah,
both.
you need both. Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
you-
consumer cut,
You need your brand. You
connoisseur cut.
need- yeah,
All right?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is my idea for a connoisseur cut. My idea is to get jars made that are, you know, maybe this tall, maybe not, that are specifically made for whatever, say Deadhead. Okay? And the idea is you're getting this type of bud every single time, but you're getting just the top. So
See,
this
that's
one.
not a bad idea.
And I'm leaving all the sugar leaves on, which means all
Right.
of these.
It'll be encapsulated,
yeah.
so you peel them off
You
yourself.
get to peel them off yourself,
Yeah.
and you get to see because I know for a fact that I've done it a million times, and I know you have, where you grabbed a stem off early before you got to trimming it, and you were like popping it off, and you're looking at that bitch, and it's just like that. Nothing. Maybe one of them looked like that
Yeah.
in the fucking whole
Oh, yeah.
34 samples.
Yeah.
One looked like that.
Oh, that's right. You guys are doing the
Yeah, they're
cannabis.
all-
club.
Yeah, man. It's,
Dude, I've seen a couple. Man, it's crazy the shitty ass weed that they. I mean, obviously some of it seemed pretty good, but some of it also seemed pretty bad.
Oh,
Like,
it's all
It's-
basic Bud Light shit.
it's
Yeah,
unbelievable that
it's-
people would
I think we
submit
might
that
ha-
to the
they
competition.
don't have a choice.
we were talking about this. We were
Literally
talking
the
about
shit
it.
that they're selling on the market. They had to give up the shit they're selling on the market,
You think they would at least pick out the best looking buds
or
stuff?
not put it in the bag.
Yeah, yeah,
The thing
yeah,
is,
That's unbelievable.
it's,
I think that the problem is half the shit is smushed because
no,
they're in bags.
no, the problem.
Do you think so?
The,
Oh
pro-
yeah,
the
one of them
problem
looks like
is
it could be a good bud.
the problem is there's no competition.
Yes,
That's
correct.
the problem.
Because he
What do you
came
mean?
down today. Brad, my guy up north, came down today.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me today, he's like, dude. So we got this guy. He's got this guy that's going to invest $3 million. He's got enough money where he can just here's $3 million. I'm in. So
Damn.
the guy that we paid, well, not we, he paid as a consultant to do all this because he's paid this guy in 2017. I watched him give him a $10,000 check to start the process of getting this license.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
he was in all that stuff. That guy wrote this contract for a basic, not loan, but shares,
Okay.
because he's going to get a certain amount of shares with the
In
for the $3
the,
million
in the deal.
in the deal. Yes.
Okay.
So he gets that.
Okay.
So that's the contract. Because of that, he gave it to his actual friend who's a lawyer, and his friend who's a lawyer looked at it and was like, "Yeah, this ain't gonna work." He just showed him all the different things.
Mhm.
It's like a basic print, and like he took it off the internet and did it.
Yeah.
No, let me $2,500 more. He's gonna fix it for him.
The lawyer.
Yeah, dude, just to make it so he can get a $3 million fucking loan. $2,500 extra just to get a fucking loan, just to make sure that, because again,
Make sure it goes through.
I know, just to make, not it goes through, make sure that everyone's covered.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't want it to go like a contract to say something where
It's got to be written right.
You fucking lose everything.
Yeah, it's got to be
Oh,
written
yeah,
right.
You're not gonna-
absolutely.
you know what I'm
Especially
saying?
when
Certain
shares
rules
and
have-
split,
yeah.
split ownership
Well,
involved.
the consultant guy has been doing his job basic, because when you're dealing with The state, it just needs print and fucking paste. You just need to take shit that other people did, take it off the internet, put names on it, and throw it to the fucking thing.
Okay.
This is different because it's an actual personal contract between two people. He did the same thing, and because of that, he had to pay it. But that takes it out of a realm that any 99% of all caregivers that have been growing weed for the last 10 years
could do. Yeah.
Just the fact that you have to spend $25,000 in lawyers just to get contracts so you don't get fucked.
Yep.
Would you say 25,000 or 2,500?
No,
1,000.
25,000.
25,000?
Hold on.
That's okay.
Hold on. It's more than that technically because he paid $2,500 to this lawyer. He's paid the consultant at least $50,000 to $60,000 for the whole process.
These guys are making $70 to $120 an hour.
My other guy
But the lawyer.
Yeah.
No,
not that.
No, not the lawyer.
The consultant.
Just the consultant. Yeah.
Because the guy that I was dealing with. Oh, speaking of that, I need to talk to you off air.
Okay.
About something. Remind me to bring up the consultant when we're done.
Okay.
Anyways, so here, write that shit. So
The old microphone.
the consultant does the whole. He gets one of my guys that I rent from has properties everywhere, and he was trying to do the same thing. So we hired this consultant guy. He spent He spent almost $40,000 on him, and then walked away because of some shit that happened to him. But they were this close. They were this close to getting a license. A couple fucking signatures from his wife and him, and they could have put it on. They got a license for any kind of dispensary or whatever. I mean, it'll take a little bit longer than that, but they were really close.
They're on the road, yeah.
And the one guy backed out because this dude ripped him off like $2 million.
Jesus.
Well, let me just explain it. He basically this guy was his, how you say, general contractor, I guess you would say.
Okay.
So he was pretty much swindling the whole time. So he'd go like do job because they started this company where they were going to do like different things, driveways, repairs, all kinds of different shit. And then he's buying properties all over the place because he's got the money to buy all these dilapidated properties, and they're going to fix them up for this much money. And then it turns out that they didn't actually look at it, and it's actually going to cost this much money. So it's not even worth it. Like we were supposed to put. This is how. All right, to give you an example. He told me at one point because I was paying my rent. I've been paying my rent on time for the last 5 years on the spot, right? So I did it again. That's how much I don't like that. I don't really like it that much. It doesn't.
You don't?
It doesn't impress me.
Damn.
Because I can't really taste it that well.
See, I don't go by him so much.
I wouldn't.
See, I know. Because he doesn't like anything.
No, that's not it. He just doesn't have the taste buds
You're right.
and the
I know.
history
Yeah.
of tasting weed.
I'm getting better though. Am I not?
Yes, you're getting better.
Thank you.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So Rudy, you and Cut though, you guys got it down.
But you know,
They have a better idea of their palate, which is
and I've been at it a lot.
Yeah,
I've been at it a lot.
So when they go, oh, this tastes like, and then I go, oh, well, this tastes like shit, but it's supposed to taste like this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens. Cut goes, oh, it tastes like this, and I go, no, it tastes.
And then
like
me and Cut, we
straight
don't even
must.
have the same taste in weed.
No.
Right, exactly. You guys like different kinds of weed.
Totally.
But you could still taste it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably appreciate it for what it is.
of course.
So he tells me to look for a building to rent from him again.
Like an industrial spot?
Yeah, just like a
Warehouse,
something
Yeah,
like
okay.
that.
Yep.
So I see this cleaner on Davison, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
because I'm looking for like
boy.
$15,000, $12,000 buildings. That's what we're talking about
So
here.
okay.
And it's this cleaners on Davison over by the Pink Building.
Right.
And they go and look at that. I tell them about that building. They go and look at it, and it turns out you can't use it because it's like basically a toxic dump.
Oh boy.
Cleaners, that's what they are back in the day. They
a lot of the
literally
chemicals that they use to
just
clean.
fuck up
You
the
know, I
land.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why if you see a
Okay.
cleaner for $5,000 sitting there on the corner, it's because no one can use it.
Wow, that's good to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless they have special units come out,
Yeah.
Like chemical extraction.
And
Yeah, okay.
all of that
Okay.
shit, and that
Yeah.
costs big money.
Especially old cleaners
Yeah.
down in Detroit. So
And then you still don't guarantee you're going to pass
Yeah.
the inspection. You
So-
See, that's rough.
yeah, so they basically are like, well, we can't use this building. Well, the Brian dude talked him into the building around the corner, which was next to a fucking church.
I mean, it's
What
clear
were they
as
thinking?
it's clear as
Hold
day
on.
right in there.
But the idea wasn't just for me to rent it. The idea was we were going to turn it into an actual dispensary. They wanted to make it
Right.
into a dispensary.
Right.
And there's a church there. And it's like, he already bought it when he told me. And I'm like, okay, I go look at it. There's fucking church right here. This ain't gonna
It's
work.
as clear as day that it can't be within church and school.
And it's like, okay,
That's
so
just
then he
101,
goes,
man.
we're just gonna build this. Well, you just get half for caregiver because I was gonna move the warehouse with my other operation to that operation.
Okay.
And just rent it there, and it just again. All this money and nothing. That's what this dude did constantly. He talked him into shit that was like,
done.
if he actually had put, because he had the capital to do all the stuff he could have done, he did. But if the guy had actually put the capital towards it instead of buying shit that they didn't need, they bought a fucking excavator to rip out fucking driveways so they could repave them.
Damn.
And then they ripped out a driveway and left the excavator there and never finished the job.
Wait.
They got
They
paid.
were on Davison?
No. This was in some lady's house somewhere. I don't even know where it was. Wow. There was some lady's house they were doing a job for. It was like $6,000 job.
Just
And
left the excavator.
the whole the equipment.
Unbelievable.
Just left
That's
it
not a cheap
undone.
piece of equipment.
Because he took the $3,000, he gave $1,000 to Chud now, like here's your money, and then kept the other $2,000.
Oh, that's some shady.
But that's how he ripped them off like millions of dollars. On top of that, he cost him a lot of money because of these buildings that he bought that were
But it didn't
pretty
turn
much
out
useless.
Yeah.
And then he had to take losses on. So
That just sucked.
Which one of the buildings on 6 Mile and Monica? Was that one of them?
I don't know. I don't know which ones. I haven't even really talked to him. He got out of the weed game. Like his wife, because right before this happens, because this is around COVID. Again, if COVID doesn't happen, he never finds this shit out.
Yeah.
Oh, we just would have kept going on.
He
and
kept on going because COVID. This guy, to give you an idea, he's got restaurant. He rents buildings to restaurants in Ferndale. That he gets $10,000 a pop, and there's 3 in one building.
Damn.
Right.
Oh, that'd be nice. That's goods right there,
Now,
man. That'd be sweet.
When the pandemic hits, shit changes because you start seeing the fucking. You got to actually start, and then you start seeing all the losses and all the stuff.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Good point.
And then it was man, because I had started. He let me rent out this condo thing from him. Actually, no, it wasn't even rent. He wanted to go partners. He wanted his own grow.
Okay.
He wanted me to set it up for him in his condo because he had this condo.
Oh, I forgot about
He had this fucking condo that was built in the 80s, and it looked like it was still in the 80s. Like it never had been upgraded. He'd been renting it. Wow. He'd been renting.
But it was set up real nice. It was a nice setup,
nice.
though.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a real nice setup.
But
where is it at?
Hold on, nice, but not $25,000 above market value.
No.
Nice. It's in Long Lake and like Middlebelt area.
Oh shit.
Yeah, way out
Bloomfield?
there. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's like when he bought it, and then he was renting it the whole time, and then he finally got caught because it's actually in the bylaws you're not allowed to rent the place.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. So then he couldn't sell it because he's trying to sell it for $275,000 when the market's $250, and it's not been
So people
renovated.
getting greedy.
Well, he's just that kind of weird dude.
Man.
So then, but he's like, okay, well, I want to put my own grow in there. You know what I'm saying? You set it up, blah blah blah. So I did. I had that bitch going right when the first four that were clones cut from the place, put in the cloner, thrown in the 1 gallon, went through the whole fucking veg cycle, and we're about to go in the fucking flower. He's like, yeah, it's gotta go. So, like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
But I got to try Gavitas.
Oh, so okay.
It was a very good experiment.
There you
because
go.
it let
That's almost
let me
worth it.
try Gavitas, which showed me that Gavitas could
Way
be
to
used
go, yeah.
So
to get the yields you want.
what's you like the Gavitas? You
I
recommend
really
them.
think when you get the rest of the room together, you have to be correct on your fucking square footage. You have to understand the light that you're trying to get. One plant under there grown long enough in veg will get you a pound and a half, maybe even 2. If you're the type of person that grows 1 plant per 1,000,
actually, no.
no, I'm saying if you are.
Oh, okay. You're
As
saying
an
if you
example,
are.
if you're a person
yeah.
who likes to grow 1 plant per 1,000 and try to get 2 pounds per light,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You will get 2 pounds per light off a Gavita.
Using a 600 watt equivalent, or is it okay?
It's a 600 watt, but it gives such good light, and it's
got the bars, right?
it's such a good
1
spread
bars.
that you're getting such an equal canopy that you're getting better light than you are from a double HPS way up in the fucking air, because you can have it literally this fucking close. If you really wanted to. You don't want to because it's really fucking overdoing your plants. But you could, like here, you're getting, you can clip at a 1500 without even a thought about heat.
That's impressive.
Let me tell you, the other guy I trim for,
Yeah.
I do a lot for, he got the Gavitas. You know what he did? He built tents.
For them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
because the
built
light is
tents.
such...
And each tent holds 2, 4, 6, 8, I think 8 or 10 plants.
So he's got one full-size 2x4 Gavita in there per tent then?
No, I think it's 3 in there.
There's 3 lights?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the tent's about about half the size of this room. Each
Okay.
tent.
Yeah, because it's a 4x... If you can afford to do a 4x4 area with those lights, you can kill it.
And
See
and the plants are coming out really nice.
Yeah.
Because if I could afford the space, if I had the space, because I would really wish I could, I don't have the space to run 2 next to each other in my rooms, but I would jump, like the warehouse, I would jump it up I would add another 6 lights, and I would go 2 per light, because I know if I'm doing 2 per light, I'm going to get at least 8 to 10 ounces per plant.
Okay. Nice.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
solid.
So at least, depending on the strain.
So, they really realistically use about the same amount of electricity as the double-ended HPS does.
Right.
But
It's the heat.
it's the
Yeah, it's
heat.
the heat.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now, do you run yours at what do you run your temps at with the Gavitas in flower?
I mean, it's never really above 85, it's kind of in the... It depends on the time of year. But usually it's, anywhere between 75 and 85.
Okay.
I try not to stay above... I try not to get close to 90, if possible. I don't mind
Sure.
if it's at 88.
Wait,
as long as...
CO2?
No.
You're not doing any
No.
CO2.
As long as the humidity's not like at 80%, as long as humidity's like 60%, I don't mind like 88 degrees because that's not so bad. Because, again, it's 88 degrees and it's not.
Well,
doing
supposedly you're supposed to run your rooms warmer with the LEDs.
Yes, because they need that extra heat.
There's not the radiant heat
Yeah.
that comes out of an HPS bulb.
Yeah.
So essentially it's like a 5-degree difference right there.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I try, but it's one of those things where it's like controlling the temperature of the fucking room is really difficult.
For sure.
And if it was it's optimally, if I was in a commercial setting, the rooms would be at 87. I'd say about 87.
If you're running CO2.
Canopy at
You run at
87.
CO2.
Canopy at 87. Yeah, whatever, CO2 or air, whatever, however
Like
it's
the
working.
leaf surface temp, 87.
Yeah, 87, yeah.
Yeah,
Not like
right.
room, because the room is probably going to be about 90. Well, no, it'd probably be about 85. If you get the room about 85, then your leaf temp will go up to, depending on how
little
close you
bit.
are, yeah.
But see, yeah. That's what I think I could benefit from the LED because I could actually get it closer to the ceiling. Mine are pretty close right now. The cool thing about the double end is they're on like a there's the ballast and then the hood is remote, so I could kind of and they're super small. You ever see them?
Have you seen the new Gavitas?
The which one?
They are a replacement 1-to-1 for the double-ended part. They're double-ended. You literally take their double-ended out and you put that in its spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. And I
Like
think they're
1,000 watt ones?
Yeah, they literally say on their website this is a replacement for that.
Damn.
Because it's a little tiny light. It's like this fucking big. It's looks like a small double-ended space.
But it's a LED.
It fits right up in the middle.
It's a
Yeah, I'll
wait.
look
It's
it
an
up.
LED that had.
It's a new LED by Gavita.
But it has like a.
Gravita.
Because I'm used to seeing the ones that have the big long bars on them, right?
Yeah, that's the one I use.
Yeah,
That's the Gavitas that they came out with first.
exactly. Yeah.
I guess it is Gavita. Okay, so this is that other one.
Excuse me?
Man.
Yeah, she's loving that fucking
That
hose.
is
I know she's
awesome.
getting it.
That- Getting after it for sure. Pig snout.
In dog heaven.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
See, it's tough to make a change like that. I almost feel like I need a tester room. You know,
Well,
with the
it's not-
LED
it's a-
to like
it's a-
dial in the strains even, because like, you know, I'm sure they all react
It is a
differently. You know.
different because
That's why this guy
I
built
feel-
those tents. He built those tents that he was
Each individual-
more climate control
Yeah,
over
okay.
the plants.
Sure,
You know, it's
sure.
got temperature things in there, the fans in there, and
Okay,
he's trying to get more control over the environment.
understandable. See, with the LED, it's almost easy because when do you ever need to air condition below like 90 degrees? You know what I'm saying? I guess it could, you know.
if you put
You
too
get a
many, there-
portable-
depends on which ones you have.
Yeah, I guess if it gets really hot out. I mean, dude, I got a 5-ton cooling my flowering room, you know.
Yeah.
Just the flowering room.
Check it out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's 10 double-ended HPSs. So it's quite a bit of heat being put out.
Yeah.
And dude, even in the winter, man, that should be kicking in. Neighbors are probably like, oh, fucking AC running in the winter over there.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Me too, man.
He's a hot boy.
Nah, I'm sure the whole.
There we go. All right, industry's first and only LED that is a 1-to-1 HPS replacement. Impressive 1,900 moles. Put this down.
There you go. What? Dude, that looks like it just projects straight down.
No, it's actually supposed to have a little.
It does have like.
I guess. I don't know.
Wow. Check that out.
Wide, even light dish matches HPS light throw while improving coverage for plants.
Man, that sounds almost too good to be true. I don't know. You know, I know they've been working on it.
Technology,
Honestly,
dude. Technology.
The tech. Think about how driven that technology is. Like the drive to make the best grow lights in the world. Whoever figures that shit out is going to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's starting grows and stuff like that. You know.
Well, it's also a way to feed the planet.
Well, I mean, the thing is, in order to
Solar.
do that properly, you have to generate your electricity from
Which
a
is
renewable
LEDs
source.
are easier to.
Have you ever looked into that, like battery bank and all that?
Not yet.
Oh, dude, it's intense, man. There's a lot to fucking having solar panels. You have to have
Yeah.
like a brain and then like a
And
battery
backup.
bank.
Yeah, yeah.
So it all put powers into there.
Yeah, because we're horrible at fucking pulling it energy out of the air.
Right. They say even the best.
What? Hold on. That's something.
What's that?
Ozzy and Dawn are cigarette free.
Oh, out of sight.
Yeah. I mean, it only took Ozzy, multiple comas and heart
see-
attacks and rushes to the fucking emergency room. But at least he got it now.
Well, get him a hand. Get him a hand. Get him a hand.
Better late than never.
Get him a hand. That's right.
At least you'll be here an extra 10 days. Love you, buddy.
Nah. Ozzy's a talented musician for sure, but crazy guy.
I'm sure he was. He's still fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. The whole biting the head off the bat on stage. My dad said he saw that shit live, man.
That was here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were you there?
I wasn't there for that one.
Were you here for that?
I
Were
worked.
you in Michigan?
Huh?
Were you in Michigan?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I worked. I worked with them several times.
Nice.
Once in Ann Arbor and once at the Royal Oak Theater.
Were you like 2 Chainz selling all the weed to the rap stars?
Kinda, but not directly from me. I was the middleman.
I gotcha.
My boss knew I knew a lot of people, and when celebrities would come into town and they didn't have them or they were looking for something, he would direct them to me. And I would 9 times out of 10 procure it for them.
That's gotta suck.
So that's the regular Gavita website?
Yeah. The 1930.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're just brand new. They just came out with them.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually cheaper than I thought it would be.
I don't even know how much it is.
$13.50.
Oh, so same price, almost same price as the other ones.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if they're really that good and they do last that long, that's the question. Will they last? You know, I'd say
will they continue to give you the same quality for a long period of
that's
time?
exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas, like with HPS, you got to replace the bulb.
I
and
really
shit.
think the fucking Vipers, the reason, because I was getting good yields with them when I first got them, and everything just kind of went from there. And I really think after the first year, they
didn't have a good life. Didn't have a good life.
It was basically like a HPS.
Yeah.
I could see it. It felt exactly, because I've done it to myself 1,000 times where I'm like too poor to afford to fucking buy a fucking new bulb.
The bulbs are fucking expensive.
Yeah, so I was too poor to buy them, so I'm like, well, I guess, and then you can see it, and it's like, or I forget, and then I'm like, why are my yields 20% less? Oh, well, duh.
Then you look at the light and it's all fuzzy.
Dude,
It's not even that. I go, well, no shit. Like, light, and I change the light, and it goes back up.
it would be sweet to figure out how to make your own lights, right?
Well,
like
I mean,
LED.
The crazy part about LEDs is that they're fucking only made in, like, very few places in the world. I think there's only like 5 or 6 factories that make LEDs anywhere in the world.
One of the biggest ones in Japan.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
no
huge
joke.
one.
Wow.
Like, LEDs are not made. Every LED you get comes from one of those 5 because they're not easy to make. It's a microchip.
Well, yes, right.
I'll give you an example. Detroit went to LED lights, right? The company they contracted out had a poor LED light, and it started fading in the light. They sued them. And they had to replace a whole bunch of lights.
No shit.
Yeah, because there's. Remember how it used to be? It used to be crystals. So the quality of crystal makes a difference. You would assume.
Crystals.
Yeah, it used to be like the way that LEDs, like, they get the different the blurple ones. They used to shoot it through a crystal, and it was whatever they drilled the hole, the nanometer of that light. Because once they figured out what, because crystals suck up most of the light.
So either they were losing some light energy through there.
Well, that's why you lose those blurples had to have fans and heat sinks.
Yeah,
Where these other ones just have to have heat sinks.
There's no fan on them?
No. It's just heat sinks.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it also because they spread it out, you know what I'm saying, and there's less
See,
power.
that makes sense because it is so spread out. But this new one that you were just showing, I mean, the one that looks like a little double ender,
Go get them.
that thing was crazy, dude.
Yeah, that I think because I mean they're on the same price. If you can, like
That's not surprising.
Oh, what a scary little bark!
Big mean monster over there.
What is the spec? What is this? They don't tell you the fucking goddamn. I want to know the coverage.
See, it says that equivalent to.
He's out there raising sand,
I was
dude.
gonna say what that one of those barks sounded a little weird,
Yeah, they did.
right? Like what?
She got herself harsh. Is that necessary? You yapping at the kids over there? She's so little.
Her territory, dude.
So,
territory.
so there's a dog next door. It fucking one of the first times they really met, she starts bouncing. She starts acting like she's gonna play. So the other dog's like, "Okay, I'll play," and it just makes this weird ass bark. Dude, you gotta think.
That one right there.
No.
You big bad monster.
What is going on out there? So you'd have thought, like, she was doing the whole death wail. I don't know if you ever seen a puppy do a death wail.
Can't say that.
Hey,
Death wail from a puppy.
Hey,
Hey,
not in the house. It's okay. Thank you. We know they're there. It's all right. You don't have to tell me. I see them. They ain't doing nothing. They can just do their
Good little
thing.
guard dog.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You could be a loudmouth, huh?
Oh, yeah.
A loudmouth.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do think I heard a cat death wailing the other night. And it
Those
was
are
scary, like woke me up in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. I could hear it through the windows, like, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, dude?
My neighbor called and texted me. I was like, is she okay?
Wow.
Like, did that dog make that? Because he heard her bark. You know, that weird ass bark. And then he heard my dog. Because what happened? The thing is, she went this way trying to get in the house, but she can't because of all the stuff.
Yeah.
So she got stuck on that, and then she all the way around, just wailing the whole way, all the way up the stairs, all the way back. All right, go tell him that. Go tell him. Don't tell us in here. Don't stay acting like you're tough.
It's funny how
check her out. She is tough. What are you talking about? Act like she's tough. She's tough. She letting everybody know what's happening here.
That's right.
This is my scene right here.
All right, you guys talk about what you thought about that one. I'm gonna deal with this real quick. What's your
Not really that strong of a taste, I don't think. I'm definitely very high, though. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's a mild taste.
Yeah.
No afterbite. Let me finish inhale this. It's not bad.
Damn. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
I'm not picking up anything like sweet or fruity.
Right, yeah. It's kind of earthy, almost like mushroomy or something. Are you getting that at all?
Huh?
Like earthy? Like
Yeah, outdoorsy nature. Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
It's not bad. A little piney.
Yeah, a
little bit of pine.
Pine,
but not
pine
like
or
super
pepper, pine or,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
Not a lot.
what?
Like pine flavor out of this.
No.
It's like mild. I say that would be the flavor I pick up most of was pine.
I think the neighbor was moving wood and shit over there. Pushed her out so she couldn't go pee.
Like cedar.
Like cedar?
Cedar.
Cedar, huh?
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's definitely outdoorsy.
It's not what I hoped.
Which one is this one?
The TLC, but I think it's one of those ones that it's worth a second try because as the La Creme, as I've grown the La Creme, it's gotten better. Like to me, it's gotten better. It's
So, what you mean, like as you've cloned it and stuff?
It's got a-
no, just in general. As I've figured out how to trim it, as I've figured out how to make sure it gets the proper light.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Different
Sure.
things I'm starting to get, and on top of that, it's a taste that grew on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those
Right.
ones where it's like, after trying other shit, this one was like, I can smoke this. You know, I don't like Purple Punch. I hate smoking it.
I do too.
I do not like smoking it. I won't smoke it.
Purple punch.
I don't like Purple Punch either. It's something about the taste of Purple Punch.
It's
It'll get you buzzed now. You get high. But
yeah,
I just
like,
don't like the...
There's a little bit of it. It's very grapey. It smells like grape. It smells amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, we got a pocket bully.
Dude.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like that.
Get this. I have a new strain coming. It's almost ready. It's a cherry bomb.
Uh-huh.
I got a seed from one of my buddies, and it smells very similar to this.
To that?
Really good though.
Cherry
It's
bomb.
like yeah, dude. It's like really Oh, damn, that smells awesome, dude.
Yeah, it smells amazing. It
does.
looks amazing too. Like today, I brought home 4
And it's
plants
real
of it.
sticky.
It was fucking. Oh
It's
my
very
god!
sticky.
It's got
Wow.
that smell that stings your nose.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that would be, I think if you took it straight from the fucking plant and you did the whole process that you're supposed to do,
Well, like a live resin?
yeah, like a real live resin thing where you cut it down and then you made sure everything was done at freezing,
Yeah,
cold
fresh
ass,
frozen.
fresh frozen, the whole 9
Yeah,
yards.
yep.
You would get some amazing, great, but by the time you burn it, they're gone. As soon as the flame touches it, it
Boom.
disappears.
Oh, God.
See, that's kind of common, I find, a lot of times. That's why when you get a strain that you could really taste good, it's like, that's a keeper, right?
Well,
like
that-
when it smells great, but it also tastes fantastic. 'Cause-
And it tastes itself like unique enough to it.
Yeah.
Like, I know what
dude,
this is.
that's solid. How long have you had that one?
Purple Punch?
Yeah.
A while.
Yeah, about a year now.
No shit.
I've been working it out. I've been trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
He's been trying to get rid
Steve's
of it.
quick to the chopping block.
It's a finicky.
Well, he hasn't been quick to it with this purple
It's-
punch.
Yeah, I guess
It's
the
because
third one is,
I tried it again. I tried to keep it, but I kept it alive for one reason only, and
Why is
I
that?
got what I wanted out of it.
to breed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really wanted to cross it with Deadhead because I really wanted to see.
See what would develop.
Yeah, because I knew how it's a very strong and pungent.
And it's decent yield, too.
Yeah, it's decent
Nice.
yield,
Nice.
so it doesn't hurt on the yield. It's got really dense buds, but I don't smoke it.
It's just not my
Yeah.
particular.
So now I've worked it out, and now it's going to disappear within the next probably month,
Really?
2 months. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I don't
See?
know. I don't think Cutler's gonna like
No,
that.
he's got his own.
He took care of you.
I took a pet. He
Cool.
took a bunch of plants home so he can grow them outside.
That's cool.
did?
Yeah, because it finishes fast too. It literally will finish in 42 days.
Oh, damn! Really?
Yeah, if you want to pull it at 42, you could.
Damn. Hopefully, take some clones of it.
He actually just said that. I need to get me a cloner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh. He
Totally.
lies away.
Totally.
Well, again, I just crossed it with Deadhead.
Right.
Hopefully, it does what the Thai did.
Yeah, dude.
That's
that would be
another-
awesome.
You're right.
Too.
You're right, dude.
Because that's another thing that's happened with all these fucking Thai crosses. Every single one of them finishes early. I kept some of them long, but I don't think I needed to.
Seriously, I agree.
Yeah.
Just to let
They
them
all
run,
just-
just for the sake of letting them run.
Some of them,
right?
like that one that we just smoked, this one, the Thai Deadhead, that was one of the ones where I was like, oh, this might actually go the full 6 cycles, which is 63 days. Because it's 10 to 11 days, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11. And it went, I looked at it, and then 3 or 4 days later, I went, oh no, it's done.
It's ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit,
It's like
this
pop,
fucking thing. And that's why it didn't fucking yield. I mean, it yielded okay, but not for the fucking size. It was only
Yeah.
like 6 ounces. The other ones gave me 8 off the same
Yeah.
size. And it was because it like got to that point and went, oh, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Most of them I found are pretty heavy feeders relative to the strain that was
Yeah.
the parent strain.
Purple Punch is a heavy feeder when it's right.
Yeah,
A
dude.
lot of them, like all of them are, man.
It's-
I mean, everything, when you got it going right, it wants food. It wants that water.
But see, like, I got certain strains that you could tell, like, they're like, I got all the newts I'll ever need. Other ones you could tell are like, I need more.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
running the soil, you know, I can't really just bump up like
you're
the
right.
liquid stuff. So
Yeah, you can't really, and I don't even do, to be
You
honest,
do living soil, right?
yeah.
I haven't watered the plants in a while.
Wait, what? What do you mean you haven't watered the plants in a while?
I haven't watered my plants
Oh,
over a year.
Because it's automated.
No,
No.
cut.
Cut
Cut
is the
does
man,
all the
dude.
water.
Cut is the man.
Well, that's what I needed him for.
Yeah.
I want him because he's anal as fuck, man. He's the type of dude he's literally
Right
using
out
a
of it.
fucking
Sure.
stupid script. And
No, he's true to the game though. He
Yeah,
loves
he-
weed, dude. He's all about it.
He figured out shit that I didn't even think about caring about, and now the plants look better.
Hell
look
yeah,
great.
that's awesome.
They're
I
getting,
just had to
they're
do it.
getting
I'm
better.
glad to hear
I
that.
had to get him to stop letting shit drought out. The problem was that he was letting shit get too dry. He was going past 4 days,
Gotcha.
and I told him 3
You
days.
water every 3 days. Like,
Yeah.
how big of a pot are you using?
15s.
And you water once every 3 days?
Some need it every other day.
Damn, dude. My shit's dripping every day, every fucking hour. Some every half
Yeah, because
hour.
you
on
use a
some
water
stuff.
feed, don't you?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like a pretty much just
Yeah.
dripping at
Oh,
the timer.
okay. Yeah.
Well, that's my point. He was going to he was letting them go to 4 because I don't know if he saw something or he just assumed. I don't know. Maybe either way, what I think was happening is because Purple Punch and Blueberry they grow like if you look at the root system when they're in a cloner, it goes like this. It doesn't go down. Deadhead, when you pull out a deadhead that's been
Yes,
sitting
a long
tail.
A long
Fuck,
tail.
Yeah.
Blueberry and all that shit stays up in this fucking.
Yeah, I've had seen strains like that, yeah.
So
Yep.
those he was letting them dry out too much because the roots are not getting into the fucking bottom.
Yeah, the roots are too
It has to be
close.
spraying
It's too
out
close to the
actively.
surface.
If it doesn't
The roots are
spray,
too close.
What do you mean?
if the water level gets below the pump, it won't spray, it won't mist anymore. Where the plants that have the dangling roots into the water down below will be fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
if, you know,
Well, no, this is soil. What I'm
He's talking
thinking
in soil, yeah,
in
he's-
soil.
in
The
the
roots.
soil.
What I mean is, you got a 15-gallon pot.
They're shallow roots.
Weren't getting big enough to actually use the 15. They're only using a quarter of it because Purple Punch and shit doesn't really go deep. So if there's no
Really?
yeah, they're bigger now. My plants are actually using the pots they're supposed to be using, but I was having issues with certain things. I had to upgrade some shit and switch my veg room, and actually my veg room's now on point.
Okay.
Where I have the proper light. That's the thing with LEDs. It's about finding that proper
Oh,
light.
the sweet
Yeah,
spot.
it-
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, just making sure you got enough.
Yeah.
And too much is okay as long as the heat doesn't bother your heat.
Right,
You know.
right.
So, because I use the Mars
right,
in
yeah,
the veg.
yeah.
So,
The Mars is a different kind of LED.
yes, it's
For
a cheaper,
veg.
yes, a cheaper light. It's
Gotcha.
like one you would buy.
Right.
It's more for a closet.
That's what I need
But-
to buy.
yes.
It still would flower out in a small space,
Yes.
probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it flowers
yeah.
out. It's just a 3x3 area instead of a.
Sure, you
5x5
can
area.
cover more.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I use the Gavitas because they have better spread.
Yeah.
And I need less because using that many because I would have to use a light per plant basically if I wanted to, and that's fucking 24 lights.
That's a lot.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That creates
That's a
heat.
lot.
That you're back to creating a lot of heat. You know what I'm saying? That's so Gavita. But in the bedroom, I only got 8 plus one long one for the little guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So either way, the point is he was lifting them and they were heavy. So in his mind, they weren't dry.
Oh.
But it was just because the bottom has never got the roots because he always fucking let it dry out so much that the roots never got to the bottom.
Gotcha.
So the bottom was just wet because if there's no roots, it takes longer. Any soil that doesn't have roots takes longer to dry than soil that has roots. It's just,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? And which was fucking up these fucking plants. As soon as they go drought, they get this funny fucking weird. And that's why I lost sorbet. And then I started cutting cuts, not knowing it was happening. So I started passing that stressed out
Right
genetic
along. Yeah.
to it because it doesn't come back. Like it goes that way and it don't come back. It's on that level of it's a drought thing. It's like if you're it's trying to survive. I'm going to get out what I
So I'm
can.
gonna do this right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll live if I do
Yeah, it's
this.
changing its own genetics so it can survive a drought.
Wait, so you're saying that
He let them get too dry too often.
and that permanently damaged the genetic line?
No, it permanently damaged the plant, and then I cut that fucking plant and turned it into a clone. Which
Yeah.
passed the genetics on.
Pass the damage on.
Pass the damage on because it's not going to go back. The branch, it would be half a plant too, would be all fucked up instead of the other half. And if I cut off that half, the next whole plant looked like that half. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I've the kosher kush.
No, I know you brought it back.
I know.
I don't know if we're talking about the same
Teeny
thing.
tiny dead little.
No,
fucking
we're
thing.
talking about a teeny tiny
one little
thing.
root.
That's
one little
fine,
root.
but we're
You can
talking
get-
about a full-size plant dealing with stress.
Yeah,
Changing,
okay.
and they change their genetics to survive droughts. It's like that's how they live. Plants can change how they develop and work and to survive. That's why they grow Hermes,
Okay.
for example. So these I feel like the plant, because it got drought, or maybe it wasn't even changing, it just didn't like
the amount of water.
the water just wasn't working. Something was happening. Since I've had him start watering on the regular, like I told him to in the first place, because I wanted at least every if you get to 3 days, you water. I mean, we're in smart pots, you're not going to overwater.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, you're not going to overwater. So every 3 days, just water it. If it because you may feel it now, just it needs to have water.
Just give it water.
That's why
3
you
days
constantly.
is crazy, dude.
Well, because if
To
you
me,
don't,
that seems insane.
if you don't, then you will because they are in totes. So if you don't, you'll have a sludge like in the bottom of it like that at some point because you have to let it go to 3 days to let that run off because there's a little bit of runoff when he waters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Yeah, she's still doing her thing.
Loving that.
Yeah.
But you're on constant feed though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when the lights are on, so it depends on the stage of growth. Like in the first couple of weeks of flower, it requires less, and then it starts to get a little
Right.
bit
we're
more.
hurting on it.
But that's my point. Is I understand why you do that because that you need the plant likes it better when there's water. Actually, it's not even the plant. The bacterial life and the life of the soil is better
Exactly.
when it's wet.
Right.
And it
right.
obviously, if it's too wet, if you don't let some air into the soil, it's a problem. Which is why he can't water it every day because then it'll always be waterlogged.
Well, see, what happens is it eventually making this like on top, it's bone dry.
Yeah.
But you could see like the contour of the root ball just like suck in, and like you
Wow.
start like create like a ball in the pot.
Yeah.
And then once a week I water with the mammoth pea, and I'll
Yeah, you just give it. Yeah.
yeah, do by hand water to make
Right.
sure to like flood the top, and it doesn't get totally dry up top. But like usually keeping that, the goal is to have that constantly wet with no runoff.
Yeah.
Like zero runoff.
Yeah, keeping it at because you're constantly giving it oxygenated water.
Right. And it's still getting air from the outside with that
Yeah.
really dry top there. It can
Okay.
exchange the
that's what you're saying,
the bacteria
yeah.
won't suffer, won't drown like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
could
I
in
get
like
you.
a plastic bucket,
Yeah,
for
bad
example.
bacteria starts coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
It could breathe if it needs to because it's got that air coming in
Yeah,
from the
because
outside.
you gotta have that bacteria. That's what makes everything what it is.
Oh, dude, it's awesome, dude. Just to have that shit on timers. As long as the timers
Someday,
are
man.
working,
You're right.
Let's do that.
Yeah, as long as yeah.
I know. I just the space in my basement, and it's one of those things. The trimming takes up so much fucking time.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I know.
I don't have time. If
I do
wanna-
all my own trimming.
But up north, I
Seriously.
assume they're gonna have it's gonna be a. I think they want to run hydro. I don't. I prefer if they did some drip system with a renewable soil.
Yeah.
Dude,
And I think I can talk them into it because I think it's cost saving. And
it really is.
They have the space for it, so
It's cheaper, easier, and makes a better final product. It's seriously like a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's
because
the best.
you can get better. It's better product. It is for sure. When you get good soil and you played with it and you learn how to
Right.
work with it and
Yeah.
constantly feeding it and you're not dealing with that kind of shit.
Right.
Because you got to amend it. You got to definitely.
Yeah, every week. It just just dial everything in so that once a week, this day do this.
You do that, yeah.
Exactly. Then it's just like bam. Weekends here. Time to fuck off. Do some fun shit. You know what I'm saying?
Once a week, here you go, cut.
Yeah, well, same difference.
Yeah. Right.
You out of here?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
All right, Rudy. It's good to see you, man.
You too, man.
Hell yeah. Oh.